Awesome. Cool. Well, Cheryl, thanks for hopping on here. I would love to hear kind of what you've been having success with the system. You've been working with us for a little while now. So what can you say about the system? How has it added value to you? And
yeah, so we had tried a couple other people, myself and my team, previous obviously to coming on with you, as you know. And the one biggest difference that we're finding is the quality on the leads. The previous guy brought us a boatload of quantity. There's a lot of people filling out his forms, but what I was finding was a lot of it was stuff that just, it was all people that are really just not interested. They're just looking for some sort of information up front, but they're really not qualifying for a mortgage. They don't want to talk to you. You know, you're calling them and they're not interested over and over and over and over and over again, right? So that's where the quantity and the quality were not lining up, in my opinion. The other big thing too was that you marketed as me, which for me has been a game changer. The previous two people I chatted with wanted to market it as kind of like a blanketed mortgages sort of generic-y looking page. And then I happened to be the person that reached out as like the chosen broker type of thing. I've had people recognizing, even just based on your ads reaching out, going, I didn't even know you were a mortgage broker. Somehow I missed telling them, I guess. But even stuff like that has converted some of my own business, or converted some of my own people that already know me who are seeing your ads popping up. So, I mean, it's not a, I guess, I mean, I can consider it tangible, but it's, you know what I mean? It's not like a click and go, but it makes a difference. Everything is connected in social. And then the other thing we're finding is that, like I said, it's better quality leads. So we've had quite a few that we chat with them. I literally, as I just told you, like a few minutes ago, we've got one that I literally spoke with them. They came through the pipeline 3 weeks ago. I pre-approved them the following week. They went out with one of my realtors because they didn't have a realtor, which in my opinion is worth its weight in gold and back. It is not just the number that you know, you're making in that commission. It's one of my biggest referral sources. I sent that to. They removed conditions and they close in 10 days. So we're going start to finish in basically 4 or 5 weeks with these guys. That's not every deal, we know, but those are the nice ones that just sort of pop up. Yeah, the biggest thing really I can say just about lead gen that I've learned over the years after being in this industry for 13 years now is you have to work it. You have to call these people. They take more, what we jokingly call on my team, like babysitting, obviously, right? So it takes a little more effort. It's a little more touch base. It's a little more follow-up. It's a little more kind of holding their hand and making sure that they know they can trust you. They know they like you and they know they want to use you. Because if you don't, they walk. Versus the guys that maybe got referred through a previous client who somebody already said, Cheryl's the best and you need to talk to Cheryl. And then they don't really look around, right? So it's a little more work, yes, but they're super appreciative if they didn't think they could qualify for a mortgage and you fix that problem for them. The biggest thing though is I find it's like a rolling thing. So, you know, are you going to make $1 million in the first 6 months? Maybe, I guess, depending on your click and your clients. But, you know, I mean, what we're finding is right now, we're heading into the end of November. I've got tons of people I'm talking to right now that are getting prepped for the new year. They want to be spring buyers. They're putting money into RSPs, or they're getting their savings in line, or they're doing their taxes, you know, to get that income up to qualify for a little bit more on house and things like that with COVID product. Obviously, it's been interesting, right? But yeah, it's a rolling game.
nice. Awesome. Awesome. Well, what would you say to somebody like, you know, that's kind of like unsure about this? Like, how can they get the most result with something like this? Like, you know, what would you say they need to do to make sure that they get results?
Just a diligent follow-up with people. You know, not everybody wants to talk to you immediately. They want to talk to you. They want to go through things. They want to get some information, but it's making sure that you're setting realistic timelines with them and that you're actually touching base when you say you're going to, right? The girls on my team, if somebody says, I'm not going to buy till spring, great. When can we reach you back? And then we put a reminder in the CRM to call them on that day and touch base. Hi, how are you? We put notes into the CRM. What did you talk about? What are we following up on? You know, people feel the personal touch is the biggest thing. They want to know you care. Even if 4 months later, to be honest, you can't remember who they are, that's fine. Your CRM does it for you and it reminds you to do all this stuff, right? So it's making sure if you say you're going to call them back, call them back. They asked for it.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Awesome. So where do you see this going? How do you see, you know, how are you going to use
we'll probably be bumping it up this next year. in terms of the click and the spend. Obviously, bringing on another team member has helped. Gets a little bit more chaos off of my plate personally, so that I can be processing the mortgages, and Kelsey on my team can be doing all of the paperwork and the underwriting and stuff like that. Having that third person who can be making those phone calls, touching base with people, booking the meetings with me, doing all of that kind of stuff, or booking with the team. It's building the process and getting it flowing where it works for everybody, and it's streamlined, so people the ball doesn't get dropped on these people.
Awesome. That sounds great. Well, thank you for that, Cheryl. And
no problem.
looking forward to helping more people.